Okay, so back on the 2011 YZ450F. We're still waiting for the fuel pump to show up. So in that interlude, I was doing some research and found that on these back in the day, they used to move the engines forward to help stabilize them. Cleaned up a lot of the some of the handling issues that they had. And it only moves it ahead a little bit. It's like I think Lightspeed did one that's like just under 2 millimeters, and then Doug Dubach, DrD Racing, had a kit out that moves it ahead 2.5 millimeters. So we're going to give that a shot. If you've got one of these that doesn't have the kit on it, and you're concerned with the handling, or you want it to handle a little better, like me, I'm going to go ahead and was on eBay. I actually found a brand new kit from back in the day, and it's all there. And the neat thing about Doug Dubach and his kit is he gives you the new mounts for up front here, the bushings that'll go in behind your swing arm bushing that actually move the engine, and then a spacer for the exhaust, because you're moving the engine ahead, and a lot of pipes don't have that leeway or put it in a pinch. And then of course you've got some new studs to accommodate even aftermarket pipes that may have a thicker flange on them. But I think the Lightspeed kit, all you get are these bushings. Everything else you've got to hog out and make do. But anyway, so the first thing that I think we're going to do is, I know we've got to get the swing arm off. Means the brake will pedal and the master cylinder will just hang off. I'll take them off the subframe, and then we've got to get the chain out so that we can get the swing arm bolt out. So I'm going to start doing that, and we'll grab you on the dismantle. Now I guess on some of these, on the back side of this bolt, flashlight. Let's see, where's that? There. There's your pin. Here are your bolt threads. Some of them had a clip that kept that bolt from backing out. Mine does not, but you want to check and see if yours has that clip. If it does, you don't want to pull it through and screw up your threads. Just a note too, when you do your chain and you pull your master link, when you put it back together, you want to make sure that the open end of the clip is going opposite way of rotation, because if you flip it around and do it the other way, it could possibly grab a hold of either the guide or anything really, and slip that off. So always put it on according to the rotation. Okay, so if yours is like mine, this one will be, what was it, 8 millimeter bolt. This one was an Allen, and it was 5 millimeter Allen bolt there. This was a 6 millimeter Allen. Your shock nut, that should be that one, 17 millimeter. And then your dog bone suspension bracket is a 19, and then you drive those out. You might have to lift the wheel up, take some of the pressure off of it, and it should slide right out of there. I should put bearings in this while I'm got it down this far, but I'm probably going to be doing a rebuild on the engine anyway this winter. I'll do it then. For now, we'll just get the kit in. Okay, and I'm sure your axle, or the swing arm pivot bolt nut is going to be 22 millimeter, but in a pinch, where is it at? 7/8 will work. And I'll take that off. So we're going to drive that out and take the swing arm off. And you can see there I've got this side out, and to access them you're just going to take your punch and you go through here, and then you butt up against it on the other side, and they don't put up much fight. You just tap them on out. Okay, so here you can see the difference in your bushings. Here's your old factory ones, and then the new hole that pushes the engine forward on the new ones. So next, we're not going to take them off, but we're going to loosen both sides of the upper mount. Okay, these are 12, that one's a 14. Just leave them loose, same on the other side. Big mega bolt in these brackets, these are 12, that one's a 14. Now these have a steel washer that you've got to reuse, and that goes up against the engine. The engine's over here, and it takes up the flex and keeps them from rubbing together and wearing through. So that's, you've got to reuse that on your new brackets. So I've got those sitting there. Now we've got to pull the lower bolt. Okay, now that was 14 millimeter on this side, 14 on that side, with two deep sockets to reach in there, and you're probably going to have to use a pry bar to pry the weight of the engine up. Now the engine's totally loose, and the only thing holding it are these upper brackets. So now we can start the next process. Now, according to Dubox instructions, there's a little, you can see it, there's a little focus. That ain't gonna focus, is it? Maybe. There's a little lip right here. It's not real big, it just kind of stops the bushing. You've got a file like this, focus. Hell, you've got to file a little bit off of this back half, or back third, I guess it would be. He says it's only like 15 seconds of filing, and you got to do it on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and file that down and see how much of a pain it is. So it really is soft. I think I got enough off. Didn't take much more than 15-30 seconds of filing. You just got to hold it right and not file this. But I think I've got that down enough, and I'm going to go do the other side. Okay, and you can see the new one in. It's all, focus. It's all up, flush. See if you can see the crosshairs there. And now you want to make sure that the focus. Yeah. Now here, I'll show you on this one. You want to make sure that the skinny side is to the back of the bike, the fat side's to the front, because that pushes the engine forward. Okay, got that one in. Now I'll go ahead and start the one on the other side, but don't drive it in all the way, because you're going to want to set the bolt in before you do that. Alright, now we've got the pivot bolt in. Crosshairs are lined up. It's through that. Now we go ahead and drive this in and seat it. Okay, and that one's all in. Now, I say we go set these in. Okay, be sure to swap over that steel washer right there off your old one. Okay, those, you can see them, went on like butter. Bolt slid right in, no issues. Those are still loose. Now, the last one we got is that one, and I don't know if you can see there. Yeah, there. We got to grind out a little bit of the mount. So I'll file that, and we'll be back. Alright, so that's hogged out. I abandoned the file and went for a worn out carbide bit to try and dig it out a little bit. It seems to be working. And so yeah, and if you noticed, I have not put the spacer in on the exhaust. I didn't even unbolt it. The engine moved just fine, so it may work without it. But I'm going to go ahead and put an aftermarket pipe and silencer on this in a few weeks anyway, so I'll do that then. Now, unfortunately, I have not ridden this previously to see what changes happen for the better. So I won't know, but it's supposed to improve it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to dig out the other side, set the bolt, set the Torx, and then it's just reassembling as you disassembled, essentially. So I hope this helps. It's a cool kit. Pretty hard to find now, but if you can find it, I would, maybe worth picking up, because these things do have a little bit of a handling issue, and it was either cured with that or this and lowering the radiators, or some swapped out the suspension link, the dog bone suspension link, to like a Pro Circuit or a JGR, or I think Doug Dubois had one that lengthened it and lowered the suspension, so it changed the handling characteristics of it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's just reassemble from here out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.